What if I told you that everything you knew about the Dream SMP and Ranboo's other half was a lie? A lot of people think that Ranboo is either part dream or maybe even a demon. However, I have information to show that it may be something else entirely. The ghost of one of the most powerful Dream SMP members ever, Jschlatt. There's some insanely subtle details that point to this theory that I'm going to be going over in this video. I've been poring over details for this theory since April, from Twitch clips to tweets to Minecraft skins within and outside of the Dream SMP, and I'm finally able to explain to you guys the story of how I made this discovery. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to have your reality shattered as we take a deep dive into a theory I haven't seen discussed anywhere on the internet yet. I started this journey by heading to Twitter. Only a few hours ago, I thought of this crazy idea of a video and wanted to see if it was even possible. I found a tweet by Ranboo's old account, a response to a fan. Are you currently doing any quirks for the other half? Like, because of the Enderman half, Ranboo doesn't like eye contact, water, etc. But are you showing any subtle traits of the other half? And Ranboo replies simply, I already have been. Ranboo never acts like Jschlatt as far as we know. And what other traits could he be talking about? Like how he talks, how he walks, looks maybe? They look nothing like each. Holy shit. I sprinted back to my laptop. Not only does Ranboo dress and act like Jschlatt, it also explained how it was a ghost, and it all linked back to their skins. Ranboo wears a black suit with a white shirt and a red tie. Jschlatt wears a black suit, white shirt, and red tie. There's not a single other SMP member with this suit. And then there's the crown, signaling a position of power like the one Jschlatt held as president. Then there's the pale white appearance of his other half, just like the pale white of a ghost, just like Ghostbro. The pale white also matches the color of Jschlatt's skin pre-SMP. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's something. But this is nothing compared to what I'm about to show you. Think about Jschlatt. Think about what Jschlatt is known for, what he did on the Dream SMP. And I'll just play this video for you guys.
Elections going on in the SMP, right? There are elections going on in the SMP. I believe it's in February. Ranboo 2021? It would be in 2021, chat. Ranboo 2021. Okay? Okay? The slogan is banger tweets, banger president. Way to get money. Okay, way to get money, chat. Pyramid scheme. Perfect.
Yeah, wow, what an interesting clip. It's almost like both Ranboo and Jschlatt ran for president of Lemminburg. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. But Alfix, that was all before Ranboo joined the Dream SMP. Ranboo also planned on running for president of Lemminburg after joining the Dream SMP, way back in the now cancelled February 2021 election. Okay, but has Ranboo ever acted like a ghost, you may ask? Absolutely. If Ranboo's second half really is a ghost, then based on how we've seen ghosts behave on the Dream SMP with Ghostba, we can expect a few things. First, Ghostba has memory issues. Ghostba can't remember things from Wilbur's past, and he thinks Pogtopia won the election.
45% of the popular vote, didn't you, as Pog 2020?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we won.
He also can't remember that he was married to Sally the Salmon and the age of his son Fundy.
Who's Saley?
He has memory problems just like Ranboo. What if Ranboo has memory problems from being a ghost too? Okay, Alfix, but that's all from before Ghostba was created, right? Wrong. Just like Ranboo, Ghostba's memory is constantly deteriorating. Like in this clip, Ghostba fails to remember writing a book of his memories.
What I remember, oh, that's a new one.
Alright, I'll read it.
I don't remember this.
He sporadically forgets both names and places, just like Ranboo. Okay, but that's the only thing similar between Ghostba and Ranboo, right? Nope. How do you think Ghostba was recording his memories, making sure he didn't forget them again? With a book, just like Ranboo, who is constantly forgetting things whenever he enters his Enderwalk state. Finally, remember how at Jschlatt's funeral there was a bunch of his organs and body in a chest that everyone took out and disappeared? Well, coincidentally, Ranboo often walks around with a bunch of his internal organs in his inventory for no apparent reason. They also match pretty closely. Note that they both have bones and eyes, and Ranboo's kidneys, etc. can be considered Jschlatt's body. It's almost like he was either revived as Ranboo, or it's Jschlatt's ghost, and he carries around his own body waiting to be revived. At the very least, it's pretty suspicious and makes a lot of sense if you consider Ranboo as part ghost. Let me paint you a picture. It's the 16th of November 2020, the Manberg-Bocktopia War. Wilbur dies and he immediately returns as a ghost, Ghostbar. Jschlatt dies too, but when he does, he never comes back. We've never really seen a canon return of Jschlatt at all. We saw Jschlatt in a cave a few weeks ago, sure, but trust me, I'll get back to why this is different. Just a week after Jschlatt dies though, and to the surprise of almost everyone.
1 second, let me just wait for my window capture to work. There we are! It worked!
Ranboo enters the Dream SMP. Unbeknownst to his viewers at the time, he bears a striking resemblance in personality to Ghostbar. The timing's just way too coincidental. And speaking of timing, we'll get back to why that's important later. This theory also explains away plot holes upon plot holes in the story. When everyone ran through the nether portal to save Tommy and Tabu from Dream in the disc confrontation, why was Ranboo in them? Because he was trying to stop Dream, right? Except it was later discovered that Ranboo was in his Enderwalk state the entire time, meaning his other half is in control. It could just be that he was pretending to be not in his Enderwalk state, but I doubt it because it's not really like he's ever tried to do that before. And his other half has always helped Dream, including blowing up the community house. So why would it suddenly betray Dream? Well, it makes sense when you consider this theory and that it was a perfect opportunity for Ranboo to get on top of Dream, putting him in prison and giving Jschlatt's ghost a chance to get back the revive book from Dream. It's at this point in the script I decided to Google this theory, and it turns out others out there have theorized Ranboo might be a ghost as well, for the same reason I've stated so far, and that he was the result of some failed resurrection. Wait a minute, Clackety tried to respawn Jschlatt, collecting his bones from the funeral. A few days later, Ranboo shows up. Holy crap. Anyway, I digress. People online noticed something peculiar. When Filza tried to resurrect Wilbur, Ranboo seemed suspiciously confident that it wouldn't work. People think that's because Ranboo's second half is a failed resurrection attempt. But what if instead of that, or on top of that, the reason Ranboo is so confident that Wilbur can't be revived in this way is because it's Jschlatt knowing that the only way to revive someone is in a book, or with Dream, who knows everything in the book. The revive book that Jschlatt wrote and gave to Dream. Before I give the biggest piece of evidence in this theory, let me explain the revive book. Before Jschlatt died, he gave Dream a book for reviving people. Now what if Jschlatt is trying to get it back? It would explain Ranboo's obsession with Dream. Think about it, Ranboo is constantly helping Dream out, blowing up the community house, even helping him in prison. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about when Ranboo was sleepwalking off-stream in his Enderwalk state, something Sam confirmed. I believe Ranboo Enderwalking is when Jschlatt takes over and talks with Dream. But Dream knows he's Jschlatt's only hope, so Jschlatt is forced to do whatever Dream wants, trying to break him out of prison and bending over backwards for him. But Ranboo's normal Enderman half is completely unaware of this. In fact, another theory on top of this is Dream revived Jschlatt immediately after the initial war, but had to fuse him to an Enderman. And maybe Dream somehow made it so that Jschlatt has to do whatever Dream says or wants, which would explain why Dream is in Ranboo's head all the time. It's because he's really in Jschlatt's head, tormenting him now that he's been revived into Ranboo. It would explain why Dream is somehow able to enter Ranboo's mind. I might prefer the theory that Jschlatt's spirit is equivalent to Ghostbar and just magically fused with an Enderman, because otherwise why was Dream scared that reviving Tommy wouldn't work if he's done it before? Unless it's because he needs another living being with him, like an Enderman. He had an Enderman he could use with Jschlatt, but in the prison there was nothing, so it was harder to revive Tommy. You can decide which you prefer. Jschlatt refused on his own, or Dream brought it back, or maybe even Clackety did. Oh, so just speaking now on Adlib, I just realized that in a way Dream is on top of Jschlatt because Jschlatt needs the revive book, but also Jschlatt is Dream's only hope of getting out of prison. So it's like they both need each other, which is why they're still helping each other out even though Dream's in prison. At least when he's in his Enderwalk state. If everything I've said so far hasn't convinced you that Ranboo is a ghost, probably Jschlatt, then prepare yourself. Okay, so if Ranboo is half Enderman, half ghost of a real person, then the fact that Ranboo can talk, craft, think, means that it's probably Jschlatt allowing him to do that, yeah? So Ranboo's speaking is just Jschlatt's ghost speaking, but he doesn't remember that he's Jschlatt and needs the revive book until he enters his full Enderwalk state. We've seen that Ranboo acts on impulse and helps Dream only when he's in his Enderwalk state. And if it's Jschlatt Ghost, then that means he's only remembering he's Jschlatt when in Enderwalk state. You could almost say that Jschlatt is remembering who he was before death, when Enderwalking. Like how Ghostbot only sometimes can remember Woobot. It's almost like the Enderwalk is when Ranboo has all of his memories of being Jschlatt. Oh wait.
The Enderwalk isn't a different version of me. It's not a different me. It's still me. It's me with all of my memories.
There's a famous quote. People like being lied to. They just don't like finding out they've been lied to. I find it interesting that the first mention of Ranboo's short-term memory loss
Just be aware that I do have extremely bad short-term memory.
was only 10 days after the first mention of Ghostbot's memory loss,
I know that I apparently blew all this up, but I don't remember that.
and only 1 day after Ranboo said he was going to start building a lore for his character. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry for not uploading for ages though. If more info comes out, I'll definitely post a part 2 to this because this is insane. I appreciate you guys sticking around. See you in the next video.